Hey guys, Mars here again with another hard-hitting, bare bones, low production value trailer reaction for you. So today we are going to talk about the Conjuring Last Rites trailer. So that has recently come out. I'm excited about this one. I love this franchise. These are movies that I rewatch frequently. I like all of them. Most recently we had was it Devil Made Me Do It, I believe. Fun movie. I enjoyed that one. I thought it was good. It was fun. It was none of these are all-time great horror movies, but they're fun. They're like a yearly soap opera, kind of like the Saw franchise was in its prime. So um, we're going to discuss that one today. But before we get into that, I have a couple other fun little things that we're going to take a look at that are related to this franchise, just to build the appetite a little to see this trailer and talk about the movie. So let's see here. To start, I spent some time looking through the internet trying to find a full plot for this movie. There's nothing. The best I could find was a synopsis along these lines here that, and it's the same everywhere. I couldn't find any more than this. So let me put that on screen here, and then we're going to read through that. So let me bring this up, and here we go, and there. So we have The Conjuring Last Rites synopsis. The Conjuring Last Rites follows paranormal investigators Ed and Lorraine Warren as they embark on their final case. Set to be released in 2025, the film confronts the duo with mysterious entities they must face, encapsulating the chilling legacy of their supernatural investigations, which a lot of people have done some research, and over the years, it appears that they say some of these things, most of them have been fraudulent, but because we are fans of this franchise and we are excited about this stuff, and it just makes it more fun. We're going to say that all these things are true. They're as real as you and I, and we're not going to hear anything else. Nothing else is going to go into our heads. So this is all real. But next, we're going to go down the line here. So the Conjuring movies, this will be, it looks like the 10th and number 10 in the franchise here. It shows you if you want to watch them in chronological order, that's what this list is here. So if we scroll down, let me make a little more room here. The Nun, Annabelle Creation. Let's see, The Nun 2. And The Nun is interesting because Vera Farmiga's little sister plays a distant relative of hers in there, which I thought was a cool touch. So I thought that was pretty sharp that they did that. So this gives you the order of how the story actually took place if you were to look at the years that it happened. But the reason I wanted to bring this up is because if we come down here, number 10, The Conjuring Last Rites, this movie is nearly a year from release, and we know virtually no story details. So just like I said earlier, there's really nothing out about this movie yet. So we'll see. Let's go down the line here. I had another interesting story that I thought was kind of cool. So, before we get to that, we're going to talk about this. So I actually heard this the other day when I heard some discussion about this movie, that the highest grossing horror franchise as of 2023 is the Conjuring universe, edging out Alien, which makes sense. There's been more Conjuring movies, but Alien is a powerhouse. So I was kind of surprised, especially with Alien having a movie come out recently that did pretty well. But The Conjuring is top of the pecking order here. They have made a lot of money with this franchise, all these movies. So we'll move on from that. We're going to go to a cool little factoid that also recently happened. So comedian Matt Rife has bought Ed and Lorraine Warren's museum of occult findings throughout their travels. So the most interesting part is that it includes the Annabelle doll. So he is now the proud owner of the Annabelle doll. It sounds like he's going to open this place up for tours and such at some point. That is something I would probably like to see on my myself at some point. Maybe that'll be a vacation on the line because I think this stuff is cool. So we're going to go and stay on the topic of the Annabelle doll. So Annabelle's handler, Dan Rivera, apparently died while they were touring with her. So they found him dead in his hotel room, and I guess they're awaiting an autopsy. But during the same time, they said that the Annabelle doll had disappeared for a little bit. I've heard conflicting things. I heard it was debunked. I also heard people say no, it was not. Like I said, though, it's more fun. That Annabelle doll, if you ask me, disappeared for a while, and it is probably responsible for Dan's passing at some point. R.I.P. But another weird little factoid that another death surrounding this doll, which is interesting. So we're going to jump from there into the trailer. So let me bring this up here. Again, we don't have much to go off of. We're going to see if this trailer gives us anything of note. I imagine there's going to be a good amount of tying up of loose ends, or at least I hope. I imagine they're going to give us some sort of new demon involved, but I want to see some sort of like connection with some of the other entities that they've encountered, because all of this is so real, as you know. So here we go.
Don't touch anything. Everything you see in here is either haunted, cursed.
There is the nun there. So that's all right. We're doing callbacks. We're off to a good start already. I like that.
Have been used in some sort of ritualistic practice. Nothing's a toy.
And there is the Annabelle doll. So he says nothing's a toy. Annabelle is obviously a toy. Possessed one, though. R.I.P. Dan Rivera again. Annabelle has been around a little bit. There's been some cool things with Annabelle. James Wan, who is the originator of this franchise, has brought Annabelle into other projects that he's done. So like if you watch Aquaman, there's a point where you can see Annabelle at the bottom of the ocean. If you have seen the Shazam movies, Annabelle appears in a pawn shop as well as a doctor's office in the sequel. So that's kind of cool. I love that. Easter eggs are great.
Not even the toys.
Lorraine Warren. Yeah, you know what? So Vera Farmiga and Patrick Wilson, they got to be considered horror royalty at this point. You look at how much money this franchise has made, and just how well they do in these roles. They're very fun. I really like them. I think they're great. They're great horror actors. They do great in other stuff too. But I'm going to crown them horror royalty at this point.
How many cases you guys had?
Cases.
My name is Ed Warren, here with my wife Lorraine.
Maybe 1,000.
1,000 cases. So I know I've caught myself sometimes and I'm bored at night, and I'll just kind of go look up some of the old Warren cases, and there's some interesting stuff. From what I've seen, that number seems like a pretty strong embellishment, but I've read some of the things that they've gotten into, and very interesting. Not 1,000 though. He's embellishing.
Every case is different. Every family's different.
Ooh, that was creepy. There was a hand that kind of brushed against that woman's shoulder there. I'll tell you what, the first time I watched this, I watched it ahead of time. I did not notice that. So I'm noticing stuff on the second viewing here.
Once we start, there's no going back.
Well,
Anything can happen.
Ooh. And floating. Okay. All right. All right. There was some sort of demon there. It did not appear to be Valak or anybody we've seen before. So it looks like there's probably something new going on here.
And most likely anything will.
Reporting of dead air, which is a tactic they've used throughout these movies to try and catch things being muttered or another language that they can translate. September 5th, so not too far off. Considering September 5th is the release, I'm surprised they're giving us so little here. This movie has to be very done. So I don't know, maybe just a slow bleed on the info release.
Yeah. Something's changed.
That seemed to be a different entity than we saw earlier that rose from the ground. So
Something's different.
And they flashed the Annabelle doll in there. So that didn't appear to be a clip from an old movie. So maybe they are tying some stuff together here. Lorraine, a lot of hallucinations about blood flooding and just floods in general. So
We cast you out!
passed away. I imagine it'll probably be either a member of the family that's called them out to help, or maybe another member of their crew, to make it a little more real during the movie. You're going to be hanging there.
I've been waiting so patiently for you.
That crawl gets me every time. Anytime I see that crawl in a movie, that or in the crab one, the crab version of that, where they're flipped backward and they do that, terrifying every time. The voice also very good. Made me kind of elevate a little bit. Okay. So September 5th, we're going to let's go back to this here. So what this trailer seemed like is just it didn't give us much information. It was pretty much just saying, I'm the Conjuring and I'm here. We have something coming. So it's just letting you know it's here. Didn't give us anything to go off of. It did some callbacks to get us interested again. Worked on me. I'm interested. I know I'll be excited to see this one and talk more about it. So hopefully it does well. I mean, they say it's last rites. They got 1,000 cases. If this one does good, I suppose they could do another one. But we'll see. I guess hopefully the next trailer will have a little more info for us, and I'll if there is, I'll jump back in and do another discussion about that one and see where we go from there. So thanks for checking in. We'll catch you on the next one.